Welcome to SidekicksDirect, your source for the latest news and interviews straight from the Dallas Sidekicks. Help us grow the channel by hitting the subscribe button and being the first to be notified of new content from the team. Now, here's your host, Scott Wegener.
Put yourself in the boots of a soldier in the U.S. Army and take real steps towards becoming a leader while you make a real difference in the world around you. You'll gain leadership skills in one of more than 150 career fields. Find out if you qualify, take a step forward, and become a leader that can make a difference. See yourself in our boots at goarmy.com/DFW. All right, welcome into another edition of Sidekicks Direct. We have a little bit of a different edition here today, as we are not joined by a player. We are joined by the incredibly talented Melanie Wood, the captain of the Dallas Sidekicks dance team. Melanie, take two. How are we doing now?
Good. Yes, take two. Oh my goodness. Technical difficulties. Aren't those fun? That was quite the way to start this, but we're good now. I can hear you. And
perfect.
It looks like this is working out.
I can honestly say that is not the worst technical difficulty that we've had so far while I've been doing this since the pandemic started. And obviously all of these have been done via Zoom. So, all right, I want to hop right into it because I'm really excited. I have a bunch of questions for you. And first off, let's go with the easy one. How long have you been with Dallas Sidekicks Dancers?
I am in my third year with the Dallas Sidekicks Dancers.
Okay. And this year is your first year as captain?
Yes, sir. So this year is the first year I have been selected as captain.
Okay. So my first real question then, what is it that a dance team captain does? Like, what are your responsibilities that are different from just being a member of the team?
Yeah, absolutely. Being a captain as part of a dance team like the Dallas Sidekicks Dancers is being a branch or a representation of our director. She does give us a lot of responsibilities that include running practices and drills and warm up as well as things on game days. So we do I do work alongside a co-captain, which is wonderful. And we do run things even at game days for field practices, setting routines, getting things taken care of when our director can't be there. Definitely being someone to go to when any of the dancers have questions. But to me, it means being like a servant. I love to be a servant's heart and lead others and just be a trustworthy role model to them. So that's what being captain means to me.
Wow, that was a really good answer. That was super good. Oh my God, I don't know what to do now. You know what I mean? Like, so how did you originally find out about? I'm just gonna call it DSD from now on, so I don't have to say the whole thing. So how did you originally find out 3 years ago about DSD?
So I was actually in the process of getting ready to move to Dallas from Denver, Colorado.
Ooh, nice.
I got a full-time job out here in Dallas just shortly after graduating college. And it was the day before I actually drove the 13-hour drive that I was on Instagram and social media platforms trying to search for dance studios to join, dance classes to attend in the Dallas area, and even teams that were possibly having auditions sometime soon. And I came across the Dallas Sidekicks, and the Dallas Sidekicks dancers were posting that they had prep classes like 2 days after I was going to drive there, and then auditions just a couple weeks later. And I thought to myself, am I crazy? Should I just go for this and just be spontaneous, even though I didn't have a place to live yet, even in Dallas? I was staying with friends, even though I got a job here. My apartment lease wasn't up yet. And so I had to stay on my friend's couch while I was attending DSD prep classes and auditions. So that was quite the experience and super fun, but I'm so thankful for it. Really, it's the social media that attracted me to this team.
Very cool. So it was like fate, right? Like you're coming here, you're just scrolling through, Instagram or Twitter or whatever it may be, and you find DSD, and now we've had you for 3 years. So, So before you came to Dallas, where did you dance for any other like professional teams or professionally in Denver as well?
I did. So professionally, I was a part of Dream Project Dance Company, which is a professional nonprofit dance company. And at the same time, I was dancing for the Colorado Crush indoor football team. Mm-hmm. So doing both, staying very busy while at the same time being a full-time college student. But that was so fun. I did that for all my years in college right before moving here to Dallas.
Oh my God, that's so much fun. So I'm trying to think of where to take this next. All right, since you already brought it up, you were talking about game days. So for the fans that don't know, the girls, you guys get there like 4 or 5 hours before game time, right? Like you're sometimes there before even I get there. And I'm exhausted just watching you practice and warm up. How on earth do you have the energy to do all like 3 hours worth of practice and then like 4 dances throughout the game? I don't understand it. How much cardio do you do?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, you're right. We get there much earlier than everyone else does. And yes, it takes a lot of energy. And I guess the secret for me at least is coffee and energy drinks.
Okay.
That definitely helps. Yes, I actually drink a lot of coffee and energy drinks on the day of game days because we get there so early and we have to come with full hair and makeup already done. So you're already up and ready to go. And then we're practicing and dancing nonstop. At the game, we're dancing nonstop, but before the game starts, we're dancing nonstop. So yes, it takes a lot.
For hours.
Hours. Yeah, and we do work on our stamina and endurance during practices. Like our director does make us do workouts every week just to prepare for those game days, since it is a full day event for us of lots of dancing.
I'm serious. So we usually hang out because Janae and I have become friends, and Janae's the director of the dance team. And so her and I usually chat, and she's like, "Oh, what do you think of this dance?" And every time I'm like, "I think it's great. Like, it looks perfect every time." And she's like, "Oh, there's this."
Yeah.
And then you guys are like pointing out 15 different things, and it's mind blowing. But you always have such a great performance, and I know the fans are incredibly grateful that we have such a talented team. And I think you guys are the best in the league, and I don't really think it's up for debate, right? Do you guys feel that way too?
Oh, well, I mean, we love hearing that. We like to say we dance for the best team in the MASL, but truly all the dance teams part of the MASL are great. And I don't think we're the best, although we're very, very thankful for those who say we are, because we strive for progress and growth every single moment. And we're always trying to set the bar high to reach as a dance team. So
you guys definitely do that. So here's another question that I have for you. How many dances do you have programmed into your head at one time?
This is a funny question. There are too many to count. I don't even have an exact answer for you, but if I had to give a ballpark, at one point you have to know about 30 to 50 dances in your head at once.
What?
Yeah.
Does that include TikTok dances?
I'm not even including TikTok dances when I think of numbers, so I guess more than that if you're including TikTok dances.
30 to 50? That's an insane. How do you? I don't even know how you would keep track of something like. I don't know that I know 30 to 50 of anything in my life right now.
That's so funny. So just to think of what we all have to know at the same time is a lot of what we call our sideline dances of what we do in the stands while the team is playing. We call tags or blurbs, and we know about over 20 of them. Or I remember my first season, we knew over 30. And then on top of that, we have 4 game day field routines that we have to know. And then at the same time, I'm involved with either Dream Project Dance Company, or I'm going to other classes, or I'm a part of other dance teams in the Dallas area and need to know all of those dances. And then we do lots of routines for content and other classes that we do for our sponsors or we do for the community. And so those tidbits that we don't put into Sidekicks game days, we are also trying to memorize in our heads. So it's a lot.
So, and DSD is now on, you're all on TikTok, you're all on Instagram. So you guys are always doing little short dances as well. So is that included in the 30 to 50, or are those just like, I just picked those up, day of, and we film the video?
Yeah, TikTok dances, I do learn about 5 minutes before recording them. So those ones, we don't have to memorize for a long time. We learn on the spot and then we record them. So that's fun. I learned how to work TikTok finally starting this season, thanks to some of the other girls in the team. They've taught me how to work it. It's been so much fun. But
no, I'm with you. I literally scroll it for 4 hours. The only TikToks I think I've posted are we have a peacock in our backyard. So I've posted a couple of those.
I've seen that. I love it.
Yeah, that was fun. So it actually was just prancing around in the backyard right before I came out here when I went and got my water, and I was like, oh hey, the peacock's back. I haven't seen it in like 2 days. So I want to have
does he hang around every day?
Yeah.
Sorry.
This
is really cool.
Yes. So it is always in my backyard. Pretty much every morning when I wake up, it's chilling by like our back patio door. And then sometimes it'll have it lately it's had its feathers, I guess, up and like sprawling around. And then it hops up on our fence, and it's just kind of like in the 4 houses around me as well. And it just goes from yard to yard. Yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy. Does it have a name? Did you name it?
So we called our goddaughter who's up in Wisconsin, and we were like, hey, what should we name the peacock? And she's like, Mr. Bluey Longtail. And my wife goes, that name's kind of long. She's like, do you have a shorter name for it? And she goes, yeah, Pecker. I was like, okay. So it's Mr. Bluey Longtail Pecker the peacock.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is so amazing.
Yeah, so you guys should do a peacock dance. Get you some big feathers.
A peacock dance.
Yeah, like in where is that? In Vegas, where they have the big feathers on the dancers and stuff.
Yep.
I think that'd be really fun. So I wanted to have a little bit of fun in this one too. I didn't want to make it all business. So I am a movie lover of all kinds of movies, but I specifically really enjoy dance movies. Do you have a favorite dance movie, and why is it Step Up 2?
Oh, it's so funny you said that. No, I think Step Up 1 is way better than Step Up. So that's so funny because two movies came to my mind immediately when you asked, and Step Up was one of them. And then I would say the other one is The Greatest Showman, and it's not necessarily a dance movie, but it is a musical.
Yeah.
It's my favorite, and they do lots of dancing in it. And I just wish I could be a part of it so badly.
I should have known that because I was watching The Greatest Showman TikTok one day when you guys were practicing, and you're like, oh my God, are you watching Greatest Showman TikTok? I'm like, I'm stuck on it hours.
I'm obsessed.
You think Step Up 1 is better than Step Up 2?
Absolutely. The OG.
You know what? It probably makes sense because you like
Jenny Dewan.
That's true. Weren't they married for a minute?
Mm-hmm. They were.
My heart breaks.
When they split up. Yeah.
I guess it kind of makes sense because it's a little more of like the classic actual dancing and like the dance school. Like I would understand why that. Like to me, I'm just like, man, I want to see somebody pop it and whatever. I don't know what any of the moves are, but I just love Step Up.
Pop, lock, and drop it.
Yeah. I can pop, lock, and drop it. No, I can't. So Step Up 1 and The Greatest Showman, huh? So what is your favorite song from The Greatest Showman?
Oh, that's so hard. I love Come Alive, but of all of them, it's so hard to even say Come Alive is my favorite. But yeah, I'm obsessed with every song. So if I had to pick one favorite, I guess I'd pick that one.
I think Never Enough is my favorite.
That one's beautiful.
Yeah, like I know it's not the actress that sings it. It's a girl who's on The Voice named Lauren Allred. And I've probably listened to that song 1,000 times. Her voice is just incredible. I just love it.
It's incredible. I agree. I love that you love The Greatest Showman too.
I'm obsessed with like dance movies. I love musicals. They're incredibly fun. If you ever tell anybody this, I'm going to tell you a secret. I was in a bunch of musicals as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, and even in high school and stuff. But don't tell anyone. I got this like cool, manly exterior that everybody believes.
Now you're speaking to someone who was also involved with theater my whole life. I was in theater in high school and honestly from the age of 4. So I love that. No, I'll go tell the whole world. I think that's awesome.
I was in Peter Pan. That was like my favorite one. So
that is awesome.
I dig it. Go ahead.
What part in Peter Pan were you?
I was the backup to Peter Pan, and then I played John.
That's awesome.
One of Wendy's brothers. So that was super fun. And I love Peter Pan. I'm a Disney freak at heart. So it was incredibly fun. Man, I can't get over it. Step Up 1 better than Step Up 2. That's crazy. So here's another fun one for you. You get to dance to any artist, whether it's, I don't care if it's Led Zeppelin or Cher. Who is your favorite artist to dance for? Those are two really weird people to mention.
Oh, I have to say Shania Twain. She is my all-time favorite for many reasons, but one of my favorites to dance to, specifically because I grew up dancing to her music from like the age of 2 or 3. Right When I Was Born is one of the biggest albums hit, and my parents were always putting it on. And I was in the car seat in the car every time they put that CD in. I was dancing nonstop. And then I'd play it in the boom box at home, and I'd be dancing on top of my bed, jumping up and down. And I still love to do that, honestly. I get very nostalgic.
Is that the CD with Man, I Feel Like a Woman?
Yes.
Yeah. That was the jam back in the used to be.
Still is.
No, it really is. So since we brought up TikTok, I actually saw Shania Twain on TikTok dancing to that song in like Hawaii or something the other day, scrolling through. She started posting on TikTok very recently, I think within just this week. I'm liking all of them. I was going to say, did you fangirl out already?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I thought you were going to go with like, I figured somebody that you would like was probably going to be like Britney Spears, because I know you guys have danced to Britney a bunch, and you guys always do such fun dances to that. So I thought that was going to be your answer.
I do love dancing to Britney Spears. Absolutely. That was another one I always danced to when I was younger. And I still love to dance to her music. And yes, we've posted some TikToks with songs. So go check us out on TikTok, dancing to that. It's just fun to do. So yeah, free Britney is what we like.
Free Britney. Not getting into conservatorship, or I don't even know how the word is pronounced, but I do love me some Britney Spears. I remember when Hit Me Baby One More Time came out. God, I'm dating myself right there. It's an old man reference, which is kind of crazy. So if you could dance for like any team, any production, any like, what would be the like bucket list performance for you?
Wow. There's several. A couple include, I guess, dancing at one of Shania Twain's concerts and being a dancer for her. Another bucket list, I guess, dance team that I would ever want to be a part of, or it would be a bucket list item, is the Dallas Cowboys and the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and their dance team. They're so admirable, and that would be a dream. Wow. And getting to dance in the Dallas community and meeting the organization and the girls within it and the leaders within it, it's very inspiring.
So did you watch the show? I can't remember what it was called, but they did the show on the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've watched their show, DCC Making the Team.
Okay, so yes, you have.
Yes.
So I caught a couple episodes, and this is probably a couple of years ago that it was on, and I mean, that's like a full-time gig, essentially. They are like in the community, they are practicing, they are like the craziest standards that they have to meet. It's insanity.
I agree with you. They do a lot, and it definitely is a full-time gig. And on top of that, all of them work full-time jobs or they're full-time students. And so, yeah, they do a lot. And I love that they're not only entertainers and performers, but they are just role models in the community because of how much more they do than just dancing. I love it.
It's super admirable. So I want to pop back to DSD before I let you get on out of here. So you, first year as captain, you mentioned you had a co-captain, but you guys have a ton of like very young, I mean, we're talking like 18, 19, 20-year-olds that have never danced in a professional capacity before. What's it been like training with them and trying to teach them the ropes of what it is to be a professional dancer?
Wow, that's a really good question. It definitely has brought its pros and cons with working with individuals who haven't had the experience being on the dance team before. And I definitely went into it thinking I was going to teach them a lot. But now I've learned that they've taught me a lot. Coming from their new fresh minds, their younger age, I guess just their innocence with the dance world or dance industry and a pro team type style, or what the values and norms are of a pro team. And so it's been great. It's been a big blessing to have these young individuals join this team and bring the freshness they bring and bring the energy they bring. They can definitely be more flexible and have a lot more energy than some of us old kids have. But they immediately caught on really fast as the season started. They were really open and flexible to try anything. And we appreciated that. And I'm so proud to see the progress they've made over the season. I really am.
So I've been a member of a number of teams throughout my life, whether it's soccer teams, basketball teams, choirs, things like that, like all over the place. And when you spend so much time with people, there can always be a little bit of animosity towards each other. You guys can get a little bit heated. Are you guys like a family in that same sense where you'll get heated at each other, but it's like the next day you're cool, everybody squashes it? I mean, that came off worse than I meant for it to sound, but I think you get where I'm going with it.
I get where you're coming from. Absolutely. I think that comes just like what you said with family. You love them, but then sometimes you can just butt heads a little bit just because you spend so much time with each other. Yeah, I think that definitely happens with any team. It does happen within ours, but in the end, we all remind each other of the goal we all have that we share and just the purpose of why we're on the team. And I think the co-captain and I and our director do a good job at kind of bringing everyone together if we ever feel any tension, and we just talk about it, and we're just transparent with one another and authentic with any kind of tension that exists, and that always helps.
That is one thing I will say about you ladies. You guys are very direct with each other. Like, I know that sometimes, like, if you're doing stereotypes, people will be like girls can be a little more catty and guys will be a little more standoffish. I think it's the opposite, man. Like, you guys are so, like, you guys will get right in each other's faces, have a couple words. And I think guys are the soccer team especially is a little more passive aggressive towards each other once in a while. It's an interesting dynamic that you all have together. And it's fun to watch because you really seem, even when you're, learning and trying to get a dance right, and there's a couple things that are going wrong, like, you still all seem really, really excited to be there and be performing together and kind of bringing out the best in each other. Is that fair?
Absolutely. I agree with you. And that's it. That is how it is. I think DSD is a sisterhood, and we've all just gone through so much together, ups and downs, absolutely, and bad things and good things, that when we're there in that moment for the actual Dallas Sidekicks team, we remember why we're there. We just get excited about it. We just love that moment. And no matter how things go, we look at the bright side, absolutely, when we can.
All right, a couple more. One, what is the fan support like for you ladies? I mean, obviously I know the fans love you, but I see you guys get messages on social media and stuff. Is it generally all positive and fun and kind of cool?
Hey, absolutely. I think most of the support we get and fans we get on social media and in the community is all positive and very uplifting. We get great feedback. However, you know how it is. Sometimes people disagree on social media, and that's how it is. But we appreciate any feedback, any input, absolutely, at all.
Listen, you're never going to please everyone, I promise.
Yeah, exactly.
So how much during a game do you guys actually get to watch any of the soccer? And are you a fan of indoor soccer?
Absolutely.
Good answer.
So yeah, we actually have a TV in the locker room of the game the whole time playing, so we can keep up with it while we're in the locker room doing anything, whether it's costume changes, going over formations, freshening up, getting a drink of water, whatever it may be. And then when we are doing sideline dances, that's my favorite part. And I think my absolute favorite part is watching the game when we go into overtime, because we have no more dances left to do. So we're just strictly focused on the game and what's happening. And the energy level inside the arena is awesome. And yes, to answer your question, I love indoor football, soccer, because of the fast pace and the high energy. I love it. It's a lot faster than kind of the bigger field when it's outdoor. So it's awesome.
Are you a fan of any other sports?
Yeah, football.
Football. Spoken like
Absolutely.
a true Dallas person right there. I mean,
I love football. I love baseball. Baseball and football are my favorite, but I mean, really all sports. Football is definitely my favorite to watch, but I have to support baseball too because my husband always played baseball growing up, and it's his favorite sport. So he's gotten me in.
cool. I'm a huge baseball fan as well. Not my husband because I have a wife, but my brother. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry. College baseball, and I remember as a kid I used to travel with their team quite a bit, and that's where I fell in love with the game. So it's a fun game once I really like understood what was going on, because when I was a kid I was like, whatever, a guy's trying to hit it out of the park every time, like, but it's a fun game, right? It's not bad.
Absolutely. Like you said, once people know a lot more about the strategy of the game, it's a lot more fun and interesting to watch.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one last question. It's gonna be super easy. Stomp the yard or step up 2?
I've never heard that question before.
Have you ever seen the movie Stomp the Yard?
What's that?
Have you ever seen the movie Stomp the Yard?
No.
What? What?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Here's your homework. And
Okay.
what am I going to say? I'm going to see you next Saturday. You need to watch the movie Stomp the Yard. So it's a dance movie, and it's about they're in the South, and it's the guys that do like I don't know, what do you call it? What do you call it where they like slap themselves to make the noises and stuff?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Like where they dance and they like slap their leg to make the noises and stuff, like the beats and everything.
Well, that's awesome.
Am I out of my mind here? Yes.
Possibly.
Yes, like that. You've never seen Stomp the Yard?
No, but I'm excited to see it now.
Oh my God. All right. Well, that last question backfired.
Okay, tell me what the purpose of the question was. Stomp the Yard or...
I was going to ask because you were throwing a little bit of shade towards Step Up 2, and like one of my other favorite dance movies is Stomp the Yard, and I wanted to ask if you like Stomp the Yard better or Step Up 2 better. That's where I was trying to go with this. So
I gotcha.
But now you just made me look like a big jerk face.
Step Up.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you next Saturday after I watch Stomp the Yard.
Yeah, for sure. I'll text you. I'll be like, listen, here's where you can stream it. Here's everything. I swear to God. So awesome. Melanie, it was so much fun hanging out here. You were an incredible guest, and your answers were so fun, and I really enjoyed it. Thanks for taking the time to come on Sidekicks Direct and hang out with us and let the fans get to know you a little bit more than, just as a dancer and kind of get to know who you are as a person.
Oh, thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate this opportunity, and I love you, Sidekicks Nation. Thank you so much.